Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Looney, and today we're breaking down what actually happens when you invest just a few dollars a day. You could substitute it for buying a coffee. Now, before we get into it, I do want to do a quick shout out to the Discord community. It is free to join, and then I also offer premium memberships and perks that involves one-on-one coaching. I give trade call outs. I have a selling options course. I do giveaways and more. You can check it out. All links to it will be in the description. But yes, I am talking about $3 a day or dollar cost averaging into the examples I'm going to use are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Those are my biggest holdings in crypto. And then we're going to switch over to stocks where I put $2 a day into Hood and Sony. And this is all part of just a simple DCA strategy that I have set up automatically. Now, if you're new to this, DCA just means dollar cost averaging. And essentially it just means instead of dumping a big chunk of all at once or all your money at once, you can spread it out. You could spread out by doing monthly or weekly, or in this case, I'm doing it every day automatically. And it smooths out some volatility and it builds long-term positions. And most importantly, at least for myself, it keeps me consistent. Now, let's go to crypto first. Now, Bitcoin is up 32% since when I bought it. And I put $3 a day, which might not seem like a lot, but over time it has grown and I'm at 1,300 or 0.01 of Bitcoin. Obviously, I'd love to get to 1 Bitcoin, but I'm sure that's later down the line and we're going to need it to drop a little bit. And a lot of people say we're going to 200,000, but there's still a chance that it goes down to like 60 or 70K because it is such a volatile asset. Crypto in general is very volatile. So not too worried that I don't have a lot, and doing the $3 a month, I am up 32%. And again, I take profits. That's gonna be a common theme within this, that I do take profits. And unfortunately, Robinhood's not really good at doing realized profits right now, but you could see that I'm constantly selling when it's appropriate. I'm not really selling for a loss. I am selling at about a 50 to 100% gain a lot of the times. At the time, I sold it for 106,000, but my average cost is a lot lower at the time. Now it's up to 81,000. And overall, I don't plan to sell unless I do get that 50 to 100%. And for me to get that, I do need Bitcoin to go to 160,000, which is pretty difficult. So this is definitely a long-term position. And this cycle, I might be what's considered holding the bag, but overall, I'm just going to buy every time it goes lower and lower. Now, Ethereum and Dogecoin, similar situations. These two are in similar situations, not really similar to Bitcoin, but I do also put $3 a day into both. Ethereum overall, not the greatest investment. I am close to getting 1 Ethereum though. I'm at 0.5 Ethereum, and I do plan to get 1 and then probably more down the line. And also keep in mind, I have paused this. You can pause your daily investments. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have just let it go, just so I could build a bigger position, but I did pause it for a little bit. And overall, this one's not doing so good, down 8%. And we're actually, what seems like, in the heart of the bull run. But overall, past year, it's down 27%. So you can look at it that way. I'm down less than what it's actually up. So it's down 27%. I am down only 8%. And then Bitcoin on the year, it's up 76%. And I'm only up 32%. So you do cap your gains sometimes doing this, but you also cap your losses so you don't lose as much. Now we're gonna go to Dogecoin, and probably same situation. This one's up 32% and I'm down 3.25%. I'm not really sure why. I also do sell Bitcoin or Dogecoin when it's appropriate. I think I sold it at a pretty high price. I sold it here at 0.2, but really earlier in the year, I think I did sell it for a pretty good price. Let's see if we can find it. Here's at 0.3 and this one was at 0.4. So I do sell these when I see it's appropriate, and my average cost on this is 0.16. So at that time, it was around 100% gain. And I do dollar cost average the other crypto, but those are the 3 biggest ones. And I do sell off. I did sell off a few crypto just to capture some gains, just to lock in those profits. Now let's switch over to stocks, because this one I've been a lot more successful doing. And we're going to start with Sony. Now, Sony isn't really a main part of my portfolio, but I do aim to get 100 shares so I could start selling covered calls and just earning income while owning the stock, and then possibly sell it at some point. But I actually currently paused it because this stock has run up and I don't really want to buy it above $25. So I might get back into it. We'll see. We'll see what the plan is. But as of now, I put a pause on the $8. And Sony's a great company, but overall the market's a little overheated or overbought. So I might wait for a little bit of a pullback and might miss out. I mean, if the stock runs up a lot, I'm only missing out on around 30 shares because 30 shares is my goal. But yes, this one's a little bit bigger of a play, putting $8 a month, which isn't a lot, but it also isn't cheap. So you could also start with $1, $2. I'm doing $8 just to speed this process up. But overall, I'm up 11%, and I only really started this in 1 year, I believe. I'm not really sure exactly when I started doing the dollar cost average aggressively, but overall, up 11%. I think that's pretty good. Now, let's move over to Hood, because Hood's an expensive stock, but the strategy is a very beginner or small portfolio strategy. And I'm only doing $2 a day, so this is very affordable, and I'm already up $100, or my total value is $260. And I really started this in April. So about 2 months of just doing this, I have a 67% gain, and I have 3 shares and 260 value. This is another position that I do plan to grow substantially. I'm trying to get a lot of shares. I do want to wait till Hood actually goes to a little bit of a attractive price. Even though I can see it going to 100, I just feel the market's a little too overbought, and I want that cash on the sideline to make a smart decision with it. And I want to be very strategic. So I'm not going all in on Hood just yet, but I am putting a little bit of money into it. But that really is the strategy. You could see that you don't need to be rich. You don't need 51,000. You could start with $5, $10, just simply DCAing. And once you get that 100 shares, you could sell options, and that's where we're getting to cash secured puts and covered calls. But that's a little bit later down the line when you have about 1,000 to 2,000, because stocks trading from 10 to 20 is a good time to start doing selling options. Ideally, you want a little bit more, but it gets expensive as the stock increases because you need to be able to afford 100 shares. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget that like button, turn your notifications on, and also if you want to check out the Discord, it's free. And then if you also want the course or trade alerts and maybe some giveaways, it's the premium version. It's $8 a month. Until next time, peace.